Not only does this have an impact on our mental load, it also reduces our ability to hold attention for longer, making us feel fatigued and left with a feeling of brain fog. And that 45.8% of the individuals consider themselves addicted to their phones. But where this is really having a profound impact is on our children. Are you even paying attention? I hear you. You're wondering, why is this happening, right? If you are ready to take back what has been stolen and become even better than you are now, this video is for you. Do you ever feel like you aren't paying as much attention as you should be? Like you're easily distracted while having a conversation, watching something on TV, or even whilst doing work? We may feel like our attention is reducing because we are getting older, but the truth is, in most cases, very different. Attention, alongside time, has become this new world's most valuable currency, and for that reason, our attention has been stolen from us. If we were to do a simple search, we will quickly find many resources today that will provide support for us to focus better, but rather than finding a workaround, I think there is a lot of value in understanding what's going on and attacking the issue at its root. I'm going to share some key contributors that I believe are impacting the attention crisis, look at some research, and at the end, give you some of the things that I'm trying to do to help build my attention back up. After all, there is only good that can come from us being able to pay attention better and maintain focus for a longer time. If you are ready to take back what has been stolen and become even better than you are now, this video is for you. My name is Bobby, and this is Real People, Real Talk. Let me start off by saying I'm not an expert on this subject matter. I'm just a real guy in the real world, working through the same struggles as most. I'm figuring it out as I go, and I'm bringing you my thoughts and opinions in the hope that it will be thought-provoking for you too. I'm hoping that by looking at some real-life scenarios, we will be able to find some examples that many can relate to, and ideally implement some changes that will help with this growing issue. Change seems like it's important here, because from what I have observed, the reduction in our attention span is having an impact on many aspects of our lives. Let's have a look at some examples of how reduced attention or the inability of focus is showing up in our lives at the moment. Unfortunately, we are not in a position to talk about attention and focus without mentioning the beloved smartphone. Since the widespread adoption of the smartphone, we have had a year after year of the technology improving at a rapid pace. Nowadays, everything that needs to be done can be done using the device you have on you all of the time. What this has created is a constant distraction, and therefore we reach for it impulsively at the times where we probably should not. Having a deep conversation with your friend or partner? We are most likely checking our phone at the various points throughout, sending a signal of the fact that we are not actually listening fully. If we are watching something on TV, we pick up our phones whenever a new notification comes in. This then enters us into a spiral where once we have checked what we had to check, we may go into another app quickly to see if there's any updates. We just missed a vital part of the movie and are forced to ask our partner what happened. Do this a few times and we will most likely be greeted with, "Are you even paying attention?" If we find ourselves in a difficult or uncomfortable situation, we pull out our phones to distract us from that, neglecting the reasons for the discomfort and masking them with another quick dopamine hit to soothe our souls. It also seems that it has become completely normal to check notifications regardless of what we are doing. Whether we are working, enjoying a nice meal with our loved ones, are at the cinema, or just hanging out with our children. There appears to be a constant need to check the ping or buzz and respond in whatever way we feel is needed. Reviews.org surveyed approximately 1,000 US adults aged 18 and older in Q4 of 2025. The results showed that on average, Americans check their phones 186 times per day. That's around 11.6 times per hour. The survey also showed that 87.4% use their phone while watching TV, 56.4% use their phone while eating dinner, and 40.1% use their phone while on a date. And that 45.8% of the individuals consider themselves addicted to their phones. In a similar survey completed by Techmark, 2,000 smartphone users in the UK were asked about their smartphone habits. And here the results showed that in the UK, the average phone pickups in a day was a staggering 221 times. There is no doubt that our phones have played a huge part in the attention crisis. Over the recent years, we've seen advancements in how we interact with our phones, and these changes have further impacted our attention. We have to talk about short form and bite-sized information. With the introduction of TikTok and shorter videos in the form of Reels and Shorts, we have seemingly started to train our brains to enjoy more content in smaller chunks. Nowadays, many of us seem to only consume bite-sized videos. I see people swiping through videos whilst waiting for the bus, being in line at the supermarket, and even during the quick 2 minutes that it takes to walk to the car in the parking lot. We used to have to do a Google search and read through articles that are suggested in order to find the information we are looking for. Today, AI helps to extract information and summarize what we need. Of course, this makes everything a lot faster, but also means we are utilizing less of our brain compared to before. I believe that we probably released a lot of sustained dopamine when having to read through pages to find the information we needed. A consistent amount of motivation to get to where we needed to be in the acquisition of new knowledge. But in the age of AI, we need it fast, and we need it right now. It almost becomes too easy, and certainly feels like we don't need to learn or retain anything. Why would we? We can access it again within seconds using our favorite AI. A recent meta-study of nearly 100,000 people found that frequent consumers of short-form content scored lower in attention, inhibitory control, and working memory, the skills that are needed for reading, studying, and problem-solving. Similarly, studies on the use of AI have shown to be significantly shortening human attention by encouraging cognitive laziness, reducing the ability to focus, and promoting constant task switching. In an MIT lab experiment in 2023, we heard that students using AI exhibited lower attentional engagement as measured by an EEG. The brain showed reduced markers of active focus and executive control while writing relative to those working without AI. Studies have also linked this flood of instant information to a reduced ability to sustain attention on longer tasks. This brings me on to the process of task switching. We're all busy people, and there's lots that needs to be done in the day. So we try to multitask and save time. A lot of the time, when we believe we are multitasking, we're actually task switching, moving our focus from one thing to another, effectively not giving our full attention to either. Just try reading a text that's come in while you're on the phone to someone. The moment you start reading and taking in information on your screen, you have most likely stopped listening to what the other person was saying. I believe this also happens a lot when we're trying to work through emails whilst in a meeting or on a Zoom call. We may be able to read and respond to the emails, but we will struggle to stay focused on what's happening in the meeting or call. I hear of people having a movie or TV show in the background while trying to complete some work, and this feels great because you're getting things done while enjoying your favorite show. But if we only decided not to task switch, we would take more of the program in or get the work done quicker. What is really happening here is a rapid disconnection of focus, only to reconnect again in a few moments. Not only does this have an impact on our mental load, it also reduces our ability to hold attention for longer. Studies have shown that task switching can reduce productivity up to 40% and also increase error rates by up to 50%. Now here's the thing that's really crazy. From what I have observed, the things we have just talked about have an impact on most of us. I use my phone a lot. It helps me stay on top of all the things that need doing. I still enjoy watching short-form content for the benefits of getting a quick hit of dopamine, and I certainly do a number of task switches here and there with the belief that I'm saving time. But where this is really having a profound impact is on our children. They are growing up in this world with no idea of the pace of change we have seen over the last 19 years. I look at my kids and I see them wanting to watch a video while doing arts and crafts, for instance. Watching shorts on YouTube Kids and wanting to be distracted by an iPad every opportunity that they have. What I have noticed in my children and also others is a constant need to do something. They get bored very easily. Of course, a growing brain needs stimulation, and because of that, it's important that we provide the right kind of stimulation whenever possible. It is in our best interest as parents to look out for the signs of reduction in focus and attention early, give support where we can, and set the boundaries that are needed in order to preserve these young minds to help them thrive. I hear you. You're wondering, why is this happening, right? Well, let me give you some of my thoughts. I think we love a distraction. Anything that helps to take us out of the deep maze that is our mind. If the distraction is enjoyable, then even better. No wonder then that we enjoy the quick dopamine hits we get from watching short form content. We can get away from what's on our mind and scroll to our heart's content. Same thing goes when we need to do something and we don't really want to do it. Procrastination shows up when we don't want to pay attention to the task in hand because we may fill the time we have with other less productive things. With the constant distractions we have around us, we hardly ever get the time to think about the things on our mind, nor do we get a chance to really pay attention to how we feel. Due to the conditioning we are putting ourselves through, we are also affecting our attention span going forward. From what I see, the food that we eat also has a big part to play in this. Unfortunately, it's far too easy to get highly processed food at a lower price that will be ready in next to no time. We are also exposed to a huge number of foods that are high in sugar. Both of these are reasons why our glucose levels spike and quickly crash past the starting point, making us feel fatigued and left with a feeling of brain fog. When feeling this way, we are more likely to lose attention faster and also reach for the distractions instead. Sleep is another huge contributor to how we feel during the day. It seems that we are sleeping less and feeling more tired these days. We mask the feeling with caffeine, and for some of us, this then causes another crash in the afternoon, repeating the cycle of impacting our ability to focus. These days, it's very common for individuals to be a lot more sedentary than ever before. We sometimes spend the majority of the day sitting down and find it hard to get time to exercise. The lack of exercise affects our energy levels, and this in turn will have an impact on attention and focus. Exercise encourages blood flow and helps power the brain to its best ability. By not moving our bodies, we are increasing the chance of losing attention faster. It doesn't mean we have to be in the gym for hours. It could just mean a brisk walk or a HIIT workout. Doing something that gets your heart rate pumping will have a solid impact on energy and attention span. It's important to say that sometimes in life things aren't always where we want them to be, and in those cases we may have a lot of worry on our minds. When this happens, it's going to be incredibly difficult to pay attention or focus on much else. Whilst getting a good amount of sleep and maybe moving your body more could still help with how you feel, the fact is that the worry or stress remains until you get out of the other side of the situation. Here it is most likely going to make more sense to look at how to fix the problem or problems rather than thinking about the fact we're struggling to pay attention. There are also times where there is more at play than all of the things mentioned so far. Many people today live with ADHD and/or autism, and there will be a big impact on attention and focus. It is very important to seek medical help if the struggle to pay attention persists. The truth is, I can see all around me how people are paying much less attention to things than they probably should. I also want to be able to pay more attention to the things that matter, in the hope that I can have better conversation with friends and family, be more present for my children, be able to focus for longer and complete tasks faster, error-free, and to the best of my ability. Let me now leave you with some things that I am going to be trying to help with this. Number 1. Short-form content. I've said before, I enjoy watching shorts from time to time, but I feel it's important to be intentional about what I watch. There's a lot of content that may not really be aiding me, so rather than mindlessly scrolling through it, I want to make sure that what I watch does have a positive impact on me. Having said that, I would prefer to consume more long-form videos that help me to flex my attention span and in return, put my brain to work and hopefully I can learn something too. Number 2. Task switching. I aim to reduce task switching down to an absolute minimum. There may be times where I'm forced to still switch in between or multitask, as we like to call it, but I want to make sure I don't do this as a habit. By giving my fuller time and attention to one task at a time, I am confident I'll be able to complete that task to a better standard and also much quicker than if I was doing multiple tasks at once. I'd rather finish the letter or email that I may be writing and then have the satisfaction that it's done before I sit down to watch my favorite TV show. At least that way, I have the added benefit of knowing that I'm not negatively impacting my attention and focus going forward. Number 3. Notifications. There is a direct correlation between the number of notifications we have to the number of times we pick up our phones. I want to be really considerate of the notifications I receive on my phone. Being told by my phone that there is a 25% sale on tech products in the middle of a workday will most likely just result in me picking up my phone to first check the products on sale, then check my email, and then automatically take me to one of the social media apps where I may end up losing 30 to 40 minutes without even knowing any better. That's how good these apps are. Therefore, it is important to either have the discipline to not look at the phone, regardless of what sounds it might be making, or have a system in place to ensure when we don't want to look at our phone, we don't. This is why I think it's great to set up Do Not Disturb modes on our phones when we really want to focus. The fact that notifications will be silenced until the time comes where you can get them all is highly beneficial. Number 4. Presence. I think we have slowly over time built these new habits of picking up our phones and doing something or another whenever we have a moment to do so. I heard someone tell a story the other day about the time she picked up a friend to go out for a meal. From the moment her friend entered the car, she was scrolling on social media and did not stop until they had got to the restaurant and sat down. After a little bit of conversation, the scrolling started again. Thinking about this, it almost feels as though that friend thought that the time she needed to be present was for the actual meal, whereas the whole journey is an opportunity to be present and build better connections. I would like to make sure that I am present in the moments where I should be. If I'm with a friend, I don't really want to be in a position where I'm texting another friend that is not there. If I'm spending time with my children, I wouldn't want to look or respond to my emails. I think the actions that we take in those moments send a clear message to the people that we're with. And the message is, he isn't really paying attention. Being conscious of this and taking intentional action will help to build new habits and in turn help us to focus and pay attention for longer. Number 5. Noticing things. I think there's a lot of value in trying to notice more things around us. Whether it's the fact that a friend got new shoes or maybe changed their hairstyle. It could be the fact that your partner is holding their neck in a strange way because they may have slept bad, or even just the fact that our children seem a little bit more tired because school has been a little bit more challenging. If we are purposely trying to notice more things, we are automatically paying more attention. This habit would be a new system that we put in place in order to build our focus. What this also does is show the people around us that we are paying attention, and I'm sure they will feel much closer to us and also a lot more comfortable to open up and talk. Give that last one a try today. I guarantee you that you will have a conversation about something that you maybe wouldn't have had otherwise. If you do, let me know how it goes in the comment section. I always appreciate reading your thoughts. I hope some of the things discussed in this video have made you think about how you pay attention, and I hope it has been helpful in some way. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. Not only is it a number one way to support what we are doing here, it also shows me that I'm on the right track with the content that I'm bringing to you. As always, thank you for watching and for your support. I really appreciate it. My name is Bobby, and this is Real People, Real Talk. Thank you again for your time, and I hope to see you again soon.